look like a giant blob. Anyway. Anyway. God damn, I hate New Jersey. New Jersey's the worst fucking state in the world. In the world. Well, yes. In the state, in the country, in the world. New Jersey sucks. Sucks. Our department of whatever, transit, I guess. No, it wouldn't be the department. I don't know who it is. The motherfuckers that fix the road. Let's just call them that. The motherfuckers that fix the road. Oh, hey, let's close the only exit to get onto this road from this direction. And the only other way to get there is a 30-minute roundabout way. You know what? That's a good idea. When do you think we should do that? I don't know. 8 o'clock in the morning? You don't think we should do it at like 10 o'clock at night like we do all the other roads? No. 8 o'clock in the morning. Let's do it at 8 o'clock in the morning so that when motherfuckers are trying to get to work, fuck them. They gotta spend another 30 minutes. But then, you know how there's a 30-minute ride to go the roundabout way? Yeah, you know that one? Let's close that shit too. Hey, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's close that shit too. And while you're at it, the next one, that's 5 minutes down the road, you're gonna turn onto it, right? And we're gonna be fucking doing road work there too. Motherfucker. Use a little bit of your brain. It's real, like just a little bit. Who coordinates this shit? A fucking moron. That's all I can tell you. God damn. Either way. Anyway. A little rant in the beginning before I talk about good things. So, Netflix. I like Netflix now. Before, Netflix, I was like, you got that Babysitter Club bullshit. You got the Dear White People bullshit. That's racist as hell. You got the shitty ass He-Man bullshit. But then, you know, obviously, it's probably been covered 1,000 times already, but why not talk about it? 2, Dave Chappelle does his final special for Netflix for the foreseeable future. Probably won't be that long because motherfuckers like to hear what Dave Chappelle has to say. And they tried to cancel his bitch ass. And they said, Netflix basically said, oh, word. And kicked everybody to the fucking curb. I mean, they just got suspended, but hey, good for you, Netflix. You know, we were gonna cancel that shit because we don't really watch nothing on there. It's every couple months some shit comes out, and then it's okay, well, and then we kill it in a day. So it's like, fuck it. You know, just pay the $10 for that month. We'll watch whatever's out we want to watch, and then oh look, another fucking road is closed. Oh God, I swear to God. I've been driving for an hour and a half trying to get to this fucking store. Anyway. Figured. Cancel it, pay the $10 for the month, and then cancel it again. You can have $10 every, 4 months. And we're good. But you know what? When they did that, I was like, no, they can. We'll find shit on there. We'll watch shit. There's shit on there. We can watch it. And this motherfucker's just sitting here with his hands in his fucking pockets. Oh, you gotta cut down some branches? Oh, you're collecting the leaves? Oh, that's what you needed to close this road for? To collect fucking leaves? Blow the fucking leaves. Just blow them. That's all you gotta do. God damn. And this motherfucker's texting. He's just standing here texting. Oh, I'm supposed to hold the sign, but you know what? I think I'll text. Fucking these motherfuckers want $15 an hour. Anyway. Anyway, what was I talking about? Netflix is good. But then, I started reading all the articles about who's mad about Dave Chappelle. And it's clear, it is obvious that they did not watch this special. They saw 2 or 3 jokes that somebody had posted out of context. It was, he's a transphobic. like he mocks them constantly, saying, as you know, me, comedian, transphobic comedian Dave Chappelle, I hate transgender people. He says it constantly through the fucking thing, and then tells a joke or a story about how he's not transphobic. And then he tells you his belief system and everything he believes. And you're saying that's transphobic? No, I mean, I would say 90% of the country believes the same way as Dave Chappelle. Gender's a fact. Sorry, I hate to break it to you. And then they want to quote, like, oh, well, this study says this, and this study says this, and this, and this, and this. Okay, well, you know what, motherfucker? My doctor says, when I had my son, is it a boy or a girl? And the doctor checked off, boy. There's no other. There's no undecided. Sorry. Hate to break it to you. Science and the science are 2 different things. But so then I'm reading all these articles, and the one that was astounding to me was the dumb bitch who writes the Dear White People show. And I was like, what does this dumb bitch have to say? And I was like, I'm surprised that, because I don't know what these people look like. I never looked them up before. So I'm surprised that someone who would write a show called Dear White People would be mad at Dave Chappelle for basically doing an entire special about white people. And then I look at it, turns out it's a transgender person who transitioned 6 months ago and is claiming her people. These are my people. Stop attacking my people. It's not your people, motherfucker. And Dave Chappelle says, your people? Were you kidnapped from Transylvania and forced to work as slaves? Those aren't your people. You've been that person for 6 months. I've been living a double life my entire... No, you haven't. No, you haven't, motherfucker. Because you wouldn't have come out 6 months ago when being transgender was brave in 2019. 2019. That's another thing he says. Caitlyn Jenner won Woman of the Year in her first year of being transgender. Woman of the Year, first year being transgender. Beat every other woman, he says. Every other bitch in Detroit. That's what he says. Woman of the Year. Didn't do shit. Just decided he's a woman. Didn't cut off his dick. Then he did that more recently. It was after he won Woman of the Year. Still had a dick. So what does that tell you? Men are the best women, apparently. But either way, why is a white woman writing a show called Dear White People from the perspective of a black person? That's number one. I went back and I watched one episode. I turned it off like 5 minutes in because I was like, oh wow, this is probably the most racist show I've ever seen in my entire life. You can say what you want about, white people being racist. Of course, yeah, sure. By all means. There's a stone pony right there. It's kind of cool. Anyway. You can say all you want. White people be racist. But everybody's racist. Everybody's racist in their own way. The point of Dave Chappelle's whole story, his whole special, wasn't that he hated trans people or that he hated the LGBTQ plus blah 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 community. What he was trying to say is he hates white people. And he says it near the end. He said, I'm not fighting you, I'm fighting white people. Which honestly I think is fucking funny, because it's true. Like, I tell the story on this channel, like I upload every fucking day, all the time. I used to say, when my dumbass teacher would come into the class, every single one would obviously do it, tell some corny ass joke, or do some stupid ass dance, and I would say, damn, I hate white people. And the black kids would get a kick out of it. We'd laugh, we'd talk, like, yeah, yo, this guy, he says he hates white people. Like, yeah, I fucking hate white people. White people suck. It's the truth. White people suck. It's not even a matter that white people suck because they're white and they do stupid shit. White people suck because they do stupid shit and then they steal other people's shit and say, no, I made that shit, it's mine. And then when somebody calls them out on them for being stupid or stealing their shit, it's like, how dare you? And then they get the credit and then everybody else goes away. And then they, you know, white people. That's shitty white people. There's good white people, I'm not gonna say. There's all, look at me. I'm a good white person. Oh, this is dangerous. But, yeah. Say some corny ass shit. Steal somebody else's jokes. And, you know, the white people did some horrendous shit to everybody. Yeah, but it's not just white people, you know, everybody did slavery. You can't just blame that. It's other stuff. Segregation and all that nonsense. But everybody's racist in their own way. And what Dave Chappelle was trying to say was, in my opinion, is everybody's racist. Everybody says some racist shit. Everybody does some racist shit. But you need to stop attacking each other, and comedians more specifically, and trying to cancel them and make them lose their livelihoods over jokes. For 1% of the population, it's probably even less because they keep killing themselves. But that was the gist of what he was trying to say. So, on that note, leave Dave Chappelle alone. He don't give a fuck. He really doesn't give a fuck. And Netflix is saying, listen here, dear white people. You suck. That's why you got canceled after 4 seasons. We finished our story. Motherfucker, you didn't finish your story. It's the same thing as the motherfuckers who come out here, like the motherfucking guy from The Rookie. I don't remember his name. I keep calling him Winston from New Girl, because that's the only cop I know from LA that I can remember, is Winston from New Girl. He's not as funny as Winston from New Girl. But this motherfucker goes, I can't play the role of a cop during these trying times. I'm gonna give up my, whatever $1 million a season episode bullshit. Okay, bye, motherfucker. We don't want you there. If you don't want to play the role of a cop on a TV show, what the fuck? God damn it! I gotta turn around. And by all means, go ahead. But don't come out here and say, oh, yeah, I don't want to play that character on the TV show because I can't play a cop. You know how many motherfuckers would give up their lives to play a cop on TV right now? Not because they want to play a cop on TV, but because that show's on its 4th season, probably going to get renewed for a 5th season, and that's money. That's a lot of money. And you're an original cast member, that's money, son. And you're just giving that shit up. If you don't want to be a cop, why don't? Well, they tried it in the 1st season. They stopped kind of doing it a little bit later. But they were always talking about how they got to change the system from the inside. Like, that's the whole point of the show. Change the system from the inside. Play the character who says, "Okay, I don't want to be looked at as one of these bad cops." Okay, motherfucker, that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. I don't know where I was going with that point. I completely forgot because I got sidetracked because I thought I was going to get pulled over. But that's beside the point. You just gave up that role for no reason. They killed your ass's character in response. They hired another black guy. They don't care. You think they fucking care? They don't. I think what I was trying to say is I can't stand those motherfuckers who quit their jobs saying I don't want to be part of this racist TV show that has a mostly black cast and there's an Asian, Hispanic girl. There's actually only 2 white characters, but listen here. It's racist to be a cop. Okay, bye. Bye, motherfucker. Go hire somebody else. Bye, see ya, peace. Have a good life. Haven't seen any of your shit before, probably won't see any of your shit after. Because you're not Winston from New Girl. So anyway, we'll leave that there. Then I watched on Netflix as I was looking at all the shit, and it just popped up. Apparently they made like 10 live-action Kenshin movies. And those shits were good as hell. They were good. I don't know what else to say without giving away any spoilers and shit. They were good. They didn't call out the names of the attacks though. Nobody was sitting there going, "Hiten Mitsurugi style Suisen," as he smacked the guy in the head with a fucking sword. And nobody was going around saying, "Oh no, he's got to use his ultimate technique. Amakaru Ryo no Hirameki. Oh, he just used it. The Amakaru Ryo no Hirameki." The Amakaru Ryo no Hirameki is Kenshin's strongest move, as they say it like 15 times in one sentence. They didn't do that, and I was upset because they could. The movie was 2.5 hours long. They could have. They could have made it another like 3 hours long. If every time he used a move, he called out the name. So the first one was the beginning. So it was. They don't really touch on this in the anime. They might do it in the manga. I haven't read it. I haven't read the whole thing in a minute. Mostly because of like pedophilia. But yeah. If you didn't know that, the writer of Kenshin, huge pedophile. Yeah. So we'll leave that there. The beginning, it tells you it's a story about how he became part of the resistance of the Shogunate. He was fighting Shogunate. And how he got the scars on his face. And it's actually a really good story. And it's just a good story. Because he went from being, in the first movie, he went from being this cold-blooded ass killer to the end is when he finds out he decides he's not going to kill anymore. Because they don't really touch on it in the anime why he doesn't kill anymore or how he got the scars. And it's good to know. Because it was a good story. You know, it was written actually really well, considering it's an adaptation of fucking anime into a movie. But apparently they do the whole series in like 10 movies that are all 2.5 hours long, which is cool. And they're on Funimation, is what I read. And I'm not subscribing to Funimation. I'm not paying $6.99 to watch interspecies reviewers when I can watch this shit on Pornhub for free. And Gundam. I would watch Gundam. I'd pay for Gundam. But anyway, that's another stuff. And then the finale, as I was watching through the finale, I said, God damn, I didn't have to watch this first movie, because they tell the whole movie in the finale movie. Basically, they play every important part in the movie. So if you want to see Kenshin kill some people, kills a whole room of people in like the opening scene in like 30 seconds, and it was badass as hell. It was cool. Then watch the beginning. But if you don't feel like wasting 2.5 hours, I mean, I was trying to get my son to go back to sleep, so I was like, fuck, I'm gonna watch the whole thing. And the finale was good as hell too. Because in the beginning, it's only Kenshin and 3 other characters that basically you've never really met before. But the finale had Kaoru and Yayiko and Sano and Aoshi and Saito. Saito's in the beginning too. But they all get to fight and shit, and you're like, oh, except for Sano, he gets his shit pushed in pretty hard. And I was kind of there's one of the villains, because of course there's a group of villains, is like a brawler type, and I was like, oh cool, we're gonna see fucking Sano fight this dude. It's gonna be cool, come knock down Slugfest, and I know Saito just stabs his ass. And we go, okay. Misao is there, Aoshi, I said that. The only thing I didn't understand was they used the English names for some things. Like when Kenshin comes and says, he's like, oh, like what's that? They're like, wow, what's that sword style called? And he's like, oh, it's heaven piercing, blah blah blah. And you're like, oh. Well, why don't you just call it the Iten Mitsurugi style? Because that's what it is. No. Oh, okay. They had a couple of the original voice actors from the anime too, did the English dub, but I couldn't pinpoint who it was, but I could recognize their voice. Like, I was like, is that the real guy? Is that the guy? I don't remember. But I knew what I could tell. They didn't use the Kenshin voice. The only thing I didn't like, the only thing I didn't like, I was like, is in the finale, you know, Kenshin's like an airhead, and then when he's got to be serious, he goes into like Batosai mode, and he's all like, yeah, I'm the motherfucking Batosai son. But the whole time he was just like mad. Like, oh, he's not funny goofball Kenshin. Other than that, movie was, I'd watch it again. 2.5 hours. If I had to pick that between the Endgame, honestly, I'd fucking watch that shit again. And then I'd watch Endgame, because Endgame was good. But I cried for that shit. I was crying at the end of the beginning movie because I was like, yo, that's some sad shit. That's some sad ass shit. My kid is looking at me like, I'm only 6 weeks old, but I know you're a pussy dad. And I was like, oh, no. It's like pussy ass dad crying over anime characters. Fuck out of here. I felt like I had lost all respect from my son. Then I gave him a bottle and he was like, oh yeah, this is why I keep you. What else? Aoshi only did one fight, and I was kind of annoyed with that. Because then I won't spoil anything. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Go watch it. It was a good movie. The ending was good for both of those movies. They call it the final or the finale. Fuck that shit. Make like 7 more. I don't even give a fuck. Come up with new shit. I don't care. That shit was good. I'm gonna steal those other movies off the internet. I mean, totally purchase those movies on the internet. Apparently there's like 6 of them, not including those 2. But yeah, they were really good. Characters looked good. They all looked as closely as you could to the anime. It's not like the fucking Attack on Titan live action movie where they're fucking and then Titan. So, I mean, I watched this one in good faith because I just knew that the other ones were bad. But now I think I might go watch the Full Metal Alchemist and Bleach and what's the other one? I might go back and watch them now. But we'll see. Damn, it took me 2 hours to get here. This is fucking bullshit. But we'll see. So, yeah. Fuck New Jersey. I'm moving to Florida. Don't need no goddamn Easy Pass. I'm gonna get an orange card or whatever the fuck it's called with an orange on it. And that'll be that. But anyway, yeah. Check out those Kenshin movies. You got 5 hours to kill. That's all I say. Oh, see ya. Like, comment, subscribe if you even got this far. Tell me if you did. Tell me I'm a pussy. Yeah.